Hello, world. I have um made up my mind to make a small talk about things I have learned these couple of years, and I can safely say that I have solved all the problems of my life. Yes, every single problem. I can tell you that. And I was just thinking to share this with people. Hello. So maybe there are people who are really, really fed up with their lives and they want to learn how to get rid of their problems, solving their problems, right? Wouldn't it be nice that you can wake up in the morning and then say to yourself, oh my god, I have no problem anymore. I have no problem financially, physically, and mentally. Wouldn't that be nice? Right? Well, as I can tell you, I have solved all those problems. Before I turned 50, these all you can imagine that you might have, I've solved them. Um, it came, of course, not that easy because you have to learn certain skills. For instance, if you are having a lot of problems with yourself, you always cannot make a choice. That is a big cause of misery and holding to stuff that actually you don't need. Most people will not want to invest time into themselves because mostly think it's because of my brother, of my sister, my father, my mother that I'm feeling this bad. That's what they always think. Because let me tell you something. When you are feeling anything, any feeling, hunger, joyful, sad, full, sleepy, horny, even that, you're feeling that inside. Nobody, it's not because of somebody make you feel that. Because if you don't believe me, try this. Slap somebody and then run away. See how long that person will still be angry because of you while you are not dead anymore. So that person will be angry in himself. Isn't it cool? So it has nothing to do with you. So when you are angry, it's nothing to do with your mother, your father, or your sister or your friends. No, it has all to do with you because you are feeling angry. And if you cannot understand this simple fact, a simple reality, then I promise you, you will never ever find true happiness or true sadness or true whateverness because you still have the illusion that somebody else caused that. Give you another example. When you fell in love with a person, a girl, a boy, do you think that love is in that boy or that girl? You really think so? Well, when you are at home, alone, lying in bed, do you still feel the love? Yeah? Even without the boy and the girl? So where's the girl and the boy? It's not there. It is in you. So this is actually the basic of finding true happiness or true sadness, whatever you want to find in this life. Because I have decided to share this experience of mine with the world in English now. And hopefully there will be people who are ready to want this experiences so they can finally realize that it is the choice they made that make them feel the way they feel. Most people will who are not agreeing with this is are going to people who are actually really angry because, like I said, when you're angry all the time. It's not because of me, because of him, because of the weather. It's because you are not handling the triggers you are getting. So when you know how to handle the triggers, nothing is bad. Give you another example. Not an example. This is actually real life. The people who know me actually, they know past year, I have actually experienced a lot of really deadly stuff, and I almost lost my life. I lost my house for sure, and I even recently lost my car. And guess what? I don't care that much because, like I said in the beginning of the video, I have learned how to solve all my problems of my life, every single problem. Well, some will say that's impossible. Everybody has problems. You cannot do that. You cannot do this. Well, it's very simple. Before you have eaten durian, the fruit. If I tell you that's gonna be very good, you will say, it's impossible. There is nothing like that in the world. But I just told you, I just ate it. I just have it in my bag. But how is it that human beings always think they know better? Like for example now, I'm not knowing better. I'm telling you what I have experienced. And I'm telling you that what I have experienced is true and that you can do it also. It has nothing to do with know it better. Because nobody knows it better. It's all about experiencing. If you don't believe me, just look at your parents. When you were 1 year old, your parents know way much better than you do. Why? Not because they know it better. No, because they have more experience than you. That's why they can tell you stuff like, watch out for the fire, watch out for the water, be careful of this, be careful of that. And that's because they are sharing their experience with you so you can live a more safe life and better life and even more joyful, I was listening to a friend of mine, and she was talking about intuition. That was a very nice subject because, as you know, life there are certain things we have. When you wake up, when everybody wakes up, there are only 3 things that we can have control over. Only 3 things. If you don't believe me, just look it for yourself, and if you can find the 4th thing, then I'll give you $1 million. I will work my ass off until I die to give you that. I can challenge you. Yeah. In your life, you have a body, you have a mind, and you have the financial part. There is nothing more than this. There is nothing more. Because this is just how life is constructed by our creator. I'm not calling it God or something else. It's just creator. For that subject, I will do it later. For those people who want to know more about and want to really understand how it might work. How it works, actually. It's not something I design or made up. No, it's something I discover. Because if you wake up, what kind of you only have 24 hours, so you should always ask yourself, okay, today I have 24 hours. That will be my money. Let's put it that way. And with that money, I can invest in the whole day of 24 hours. So no matter what you do, and even if you don't want to do anything, that 24 hours will pass. So you might as well just spend well this 24 hours, because at the end of the day, your day will be over. So whether you have done it or not, it's going to be over. So spend it wise. Spend it especially with people you love, people who love you. But most important is people you love, because people who love you or don't love you, it's just their choice to invest their energy. let's give you an example. Let's say my mother doesn't like me a lot. Let's say that, just for example. And but I really want to spend time with her, so I will stick with her and do stuff with her. But since she doesn't like to spend time with me, my time spent with her will be wasted. Do you understand that? Same with people who you like, but don't like you. If you spend with them, your time will be wasted. But if you can find the pleasure of spending with anybody, then it doesn't matter who you spend with, because your time is spent is only affecting yourself, not others. And when you can understand that, so no matter where you go, you'll always have the best time. Yeah, so she talked about intuition. Like I told you, I have had a really difficult time last year, losing everything of so long time, but still didn't care about it that much. And I've learned how to really enjoy and cherish little things, like just drinking water, something like that, eating, just having a time with myself, thinking with my mind, and then let the mind create really wonderful movies in my mind, and they're called memories. And as people know on my posting, when you live, the most important things are memories. Yeah, not money, not car, not the house. Food is fairly important, but memories are very, very important. Yeah, without memories, you're like a demented person. It's like when you go to visit somebody who has lived 100 years but has no memories. So if you talk to that person, it's gonna be very, very hard for you to find coherence, find a fixed correlation between the things that person is saying. So it's very important. Same for everybody, because let's imagine that your mind has its own life of its own. It never follows what you want to do. Hey, wait a second, but that is the case, because our mind always have the life of their own. They don't follow what you want. You can have certain influence on them, but you don't have control. Because when you drink something or eat something that is really strong, it can affect how you think, but not what you think. So that's a very interesting subject also. But this first time, I just wanted to, share a little small thing with everybody, with the world. Let's probably most people are not interested in the subject that I'm telling, because they have other things to worry about. Their work, their girlfriend, their boyfriend, that they are angry of somebody. They're still holding grudge against this person, because that time of the year that person said something to me, or my grandfather and grandmother, whatever. People always are holding grudges against other people, which is really waste of time. If you don't believe me, think of the first time that you have been angry at somebody when you were very, very young. Think about it now. Are you still angry? Was that worth all the energy that you spent to imagine stuff, and then you feel bad about it, and then after a couple of years, when you think back, you actually don't remember what it was? Isn't that really kind of stupid? Yeah, it is. We human are really so fucking stupid that we can spend our precious energy on stuff we actually don't like, and we get problems with that. We cannot sleep anymore. We get heartbeats. We get heartburn also, and we cannot eat, and we cannot sleep, and all this stuff. Yeah, so not smart. Yeah, really not smart. And I always wonder, if you are those parents especially, you know, they do so much effort to find the one. And when they finally found it, well, they think they found it, then they create some babies, children, we call that. And then they start to fight with each other because they don't love each other anymore. The fire is dead. And then they have children they have to feed with the money they earn really hard, which from a job they really hate, and working with people they don't like. And then they come home, and then see how they share their knowledge with their children, you know, their babies. And then I always wonder, what is actually your goal? To make babies and then let them just lie down there and then survive on their own? I mean, if you spend so much energy to find one, to have sex with your partner and then make a baby, and then when the baby comes out, you just let the baby live their own life. Why? You know? What were you thinking when you were making the baby? To just make a person there and then let the person just to figure out how it works? Like when your parents did to you? Because if you think it through, your parents probably never have taught you life skills, how to survive on your own, financially, mentally, and physically. And that is actually quite sad to see, because that's really a not smart thing to do. Before you make a baby, really think about it, why you want to make a baby. Because babies are really the gorgeous thing in the world, you know. And when I see people, friends of mine, conceive babies without thinking, and then and let the baby suffer mentally, physically sometimes, and some even financially, then I wonder, you know, why you wanna have these kids to suffer something they haven't asked for? It is really selfish. It is really a selfish act when you say I want. Yeah, think about it. Because every time you say I want, you don't care about anybody, only but yourself, or your own desire to have. For instance, I want to eat. I want to. I want this. I want a boyfriend. I want a girlfriend. I want to have a baby. Yeah, it's sounds really negative and pessimistic, but actually it's not, because we have to look at the world as it is and not make it better or worse. And when you see the world as it is, then you finally are ready to do something about it. Actually, you live the life as it is. And as for intuition, it is something very, very dangerous. It can help us in time, but what most people don't do is use their rational mind in combination with intuition. Because intuition is a very, very fine thing. I've experienced this a lot of times, but without the help of my mind, it just gave me the wrong answer all the time. Since I start to use my mind in combination with intuition, actually that is when I start to got things done the way I wanted. As I said in the beginning, I've solved every single problem of my life, and I tend to keep it that way. And by doing this way, the way I want it, I will come to meet people that are also having the same desire and same wants. And as law of attraction states, likes attract likes, dislike attract dislikes. So, and people who know me, who know how I am, so I will get exactly what I want. Bye bye. Have a nice one. Let me see, where is the button?